Many new moms feel pain in their wrists, hands, and thumbs from holding their growing babies.
It's called mommy wrist. Today with us is Dr. Morgan Weber. You're an orthopedic surgeon at SSM Health, here to talk about what causes this, what treatments are available. So let's start off. For people who might not know, what is mommy wrist? Why do moms experience it?
I hadn't heard of this before.
Yes, let's talk about wrist pain in new moms. So there are two reasons that I see for wrist pain in new moms. One is carpal tunnel syndrome, which is compression of the median nerve at the wrist, and that can cause numbness and tingling. And then two is mommy wrist, and it's actually called de Quervain's tenosynovitis, but that's hard to say.
Catchy.
Exactly.
Mommy wrist sounds better.
Exactly. And it's so common in new moms that it has the name mommy wrist. And really what it is an inflammation of the tendons on the thumb side of the wrist. And it's from doing too many activities, repetitive activities with the thumb. A particular one is lifting your baby with your hands in this L position, kind of lifting them up under the armpit over and over again. And that really puts a lot of pressure on those tendons.
So I hadn't heard of mommy wrist, but I did experience it with my firstborn, and he wasn't even very heavy. He was only 5 pounds. So, trying to figure out, like, why does my wrist hurt so bad? But you're saying it is pretty common for new moms?
It is. It's very common, and it's because you're doing so much more. You're doing these repetitive activities. You're lifting baby, you're feeding baby, and you don't even realize the stress that you're putting on your thumbs when you do this. Especially when you're feeding baby, you'll often have your wrist in an abnormal position, extreme flexion or extreme extension, and then that thumb position holding baby can put so much pressure on those tendons.
Yeah.
So if a mom does start to feel some of this pain in their wrist and their thumb, what are some of the treatments available to help mitigate that a little bit?
So the best thing to do is take a break. And I know that's so hard for new moms.
Not always easy, yeah.
Yes. So for all you new moms out there, I want you to pay attention to how you're using your wrists. Avoid extreme flexion and extreme extension, and then avoid lifting in this L position. Instead, think about scooping baby up. So keeping your wrist in a more neutral position. And then when you're holding baby, depend more on your forearm. Keep baby close to you so you're not depending as much on your thumb or your wrist. When you're feeding baby, get pillows next to you to support your arms so that your arms are supported so you can more easily support baby.
It's good, even as the kids grow and they're toddlers, I notice myself still not doing it properly. But you brought some props here for us to show some wrist guards. Or what are those?
When you are having pain, ice is helpful, ibuprofen, and then even splints just from over the counter can be really helpful. And I have 2 here. This one has a thumb portion, and this is really helpful for that mommy wrist. You slide it on and it immobilizes that thumb, and it gives those tendons a break.
Yeah.
If you are having carpal tunnel syndrome, which is numbness and tingling in the fingers, particularly at night as we kind of tend to sleep curled up in a little ball, a brace like this can be helpful. It doesn't necessarily include the thumb, but it immobilizes the wrist into that neutral position where your carpal tunnel space is the biggest, giving your median nerve the most room.
Okay, so we can just get those at the pharmacy.
Absolutely,
okay.
yes.
Well, great advice. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing. And now I know what I had.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks again.